view because you might be able to hear my horrible breathing a little more. And also, I have 100 pounds of dog on my lap. So, I just thought I would come in as I wanted to talk about something. I know Olympics, wind down, blah, blah, blah. Um, but I am a little tired of the politics of the Olympics. And I won't bury the lead here. I'm going to come right out and say Olympic athletes, while you are representing the United States of America, shut the F up. After the Olympics is over, you want to have your personal beliefs, that's one thing. But the majority of the money that got you there isn't all sponsors. It's taxpayer money, donated money of American citizens. You are there to represent us in Olympic competitions. Sorry, he's squirming a little. Holy big boy, yeah. You are there to represent us in Olympic competition of athletics and prowess and stuff, not walk in and start bitching and whining about the country that put you there. Oh, sorry, he's getting his big butt down. Good boy, Riker. All right, you can go lay down. So, and I'm not saying you can't have political beliefs if you're an Olympic athlete, but I have a problem with you walking out there in opening ceremonies and disavowing our flag, not wanting to do national anthems, you name it. F off, don't go. In fact, I think anybody that espouses that should be removed from the Olympic team. I know that may be a little hyperbolic for some, but too bad. You are only there because of a lot of times the generosity of the taxpayers, donations of American citizens. You do not get to crap on those of us that put you there or your country in general at that time. So that's just my thing. I don't want walking out and bowing and then making speeches and press conferences about that stuff. I'm not at the Olympics. Go compete in your sport, win or lose. You get on the podium, hold the flag, be happy, and come on home. Welcome. And most people do not give a rat's butt. Watching the Olympics, you're not going, I wonder, is that gymnast, is that skier, is that bobsledder, are they a liberal or are they a conservative? Nobody's thinking about that. Nobody cares. Nobody gives a rat's butt. Hell, there are athletes out there that some people know are the exact opposite of their beliefs and don't care. We're there to watch the sport, watch the competition. And in the Olympics, we're there to watch for the pride of our country. So it's crap. No, just shut up about it. Do your sport. Stand up there. Now, some of this stems from, see a couple people coming in. Thank you. Mr. C. Doug, thank you. Truth, yeah. Landon Spike, hi. Mercedes or BMW Land Rover. Not sure what that's about. I'll work on any of them. As a mechanic, I'd say Land Rover's the worst of them to work on. Of course, they break a lot too. But no, this stems also from Donald Trump recently invited both U.S. hockey teams, to the gold medal winning hockey teams, to the State of the Union address. Oh boy. And as usual, Donald Trump made a joke, and holy crap, the leftist media is melting down over. I mean, it's not even a joke to say that anymore. They melt down. I'm sorry, but the left hates comedy. They just wake up in the morning and look for something to be angry about. And if you don't talk the way they want, use the words they want, they just have a cow. These are the worst people. These are the people that you go on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and you see them melting down at comedy shows. That's not funny. Then don't go. Don't go. Don't ask us to change for you. But they melted down because Trump had a joke with the male team going, and talk about, well, I guess I got to invite the girls too, guys, or I'll get impeached. Even some of the leftist media, give them credit, admitted it was a joke. They said, oh, it was crass, but they said it was a joke. Fine. You don't like the joke? Admit it's a joke. Others, oh my God, Trump is disparaging the women's team. Shut up. Just shut up. Get over yourself. It was a simple joke. And then that goes on to the women's Olympic team. And I'll say it right out, making up some bullshit. They made up bullshit. Due to prior commitments, we won't be able to make it. This isn't like you had a ribbon cutting at the next opening of a Quick Star or Aldi. This is the President of the United States asking you to the State of the Union address. Yeah, bull. I'll call BS all day. Oh, we just can't do that. BS. I'm sorry, you're an Olympic athlete, the President of the United States. I don't give a rat's ass your politics. I was not a fan of Joe Biden or Barack Obama. If they'd asked me to come to the presidential address, the State of the Union, yes. I may not like them, but one, they're my president. Two, if I did something amazing enough, one, to get brought there, I won a gold medal, represented America, and my president asked me to show up, and he's not asking you to show up for political reasons. Give me show me how it's political reasons. It isn't. He's asking you to show up because every president, Democrat, Republican, Senator, whatever, likes to have that kumbaya, let's try to bring America together moment. Show some patriotism moment. I wouldn't be mad at Biden doing it. I wouldn't be mad at Obama doing it. And any lefty that's mad at Trump about it, oh, they shouldn't go. F you. And I noticed my views just dropped because some people were already trying to disparage me in there and comments were getting hell. You are the problem. Oh, I wouldn't acknowledge your poo comments, so you left. Fine. That's fine. So, yeah. But that's just one of the things I wanted to talk about quick. I don't know how the sound is from these. I usually don't do these, but it was simple. No, honestly, to anybody in the chat, if anybody wants to talk, what do you think? Do you think those women should have showed up? That you represented America. This is a big forum for America. Stand up. Let America have a come together moment. Everybody's always bitching. And this is both sides at times. You know, the left goes, well, we don't care about the chuds. We want to tear it down. There is no talking. Fine. But most people out there that are honest they like this come together. Let's try to reach across. Let's try to have a moment where we all, forget the dislike, the mistrust, the aggression, the differences for a second and look at some people that represented our country or those of you watching from other countries representing your country and come together for a moment. Maybe for a moment, just a little bit. Remember that we are all citizens of this country. And maybe in our own way, not to say not everybody, but maybe in our own way, we want the best for this country and the people in it. We may disagree how to get there or what is that best, but we want it. So maybe we should enjoy a patriotic moment together, no matter what country you're in. Hey, thank you, Rebexy. But no, that is just one of the things I want to talk about. I think it's dumb, it's BS, it's stupid. And I will blatantly say it. You don't see this going the other way. If a conservative, let's say the women's hockey team was super staunch conservative, which I have no idea what their beliefs are. But let's say they were super staunch conservative. And Joe Biden asked them. If they said no, I'd be just as annoyed. I'm not a partisan dingus. I look at a lot of what goes on in our government as uniparty. But I'm not a dingus enough to say that just because maybe I and others didn't like, Biden, close enough, that even if they were conservative, they shouldn't go. So I'm not two-faced. I know a lot of people out there are, especially the people Rolling Stone and others bitching about this, that if they don't even think the men should go, you are giving the Cheeto too much. Oh, F you. F you. F your Cheeto crap. Jeez Louise. So what was the message that was held for review? Damn you talking too much, bizatch. Well, let's see. To GamerBoy6767, you're a retard. That is how live streams work. People talk. You go there, doofus. You are a doofus. I'll show his comment. I don't care. Oh, okay. Somebody did something. Okay. So yeah, I love comments like that. Tell me you're a leftard without telling me you're a leftard. Yeah. Okay. So no, I just thought I'd hop on. I know during the day, man, my wife's right. I've got a niche. If I come on super late at night, yeah, a lot more people. I seem to have built a niche during the day. Especially a lot doing just hopping on. Other thing I want to talk about is Mexico. Mexico. I'm going to start off by saying right away, if you are, I don't care what country you're in, if you have spring break in your country, and we're coming up to that time in a couple months here, especially in America, and you send your children to spring break in Mexico, I think your children should be removed from you. You should never see them again if they're under 18. That is, people get their kids removed for leaving them in a hot car for 5 minutes while they run in and pay a gas electric bill or go buy a pair of socks, let alone sending your kid to a third world shithole. Sorry, it is. Where they have, and this isn't just recent. You go back through, go on X and look. 2022, 23, 24. There's been attacks. Airports closed down, people running and screaming and hiding after bombings. It's insanity. If you send a kid there, you should never see that under 18 child again. If that person's over 18, F you. You are a moron. Oh, but I love Mexico. Move there. And I'm even going to go a little farther. All you dummies in this country, you illegals, even you legals, marching around with a Mexican flag. And this goes with any flag. If you're in America, and you don't want to be American, F off and get out. If you're marching around with a Mexican flag, Viva la Mexico, go there. Go there. If you're illegal marching around that flag, go F yourself. How dare you march around, Viva la Mexico, great, but I demand you keep me here. I have right to be here with my flag and talking about Mexico's great. Go back to your country. Your country is a shithole. Your country can't even take out one drug leader without it going to hell. Without bombings, roads being blocked off, attacks on airports, jets burned up, people taken hostage, bunch of people killed. So viva la fuck off. Your country sucks. But you want to come here and F with us? Go back to your turd company, your country. Yeah. Go. Maybe go back and fix it. If a lot of you military age men, as they like to use that phrase, a lot of you 20 to 40 men weren't running up here waving your flags and saying, I demand. Maybe you could stay there and fix your country. But I'll say it. People, the Mexicans are so hardworking. Fuck they are. Fuck they are. That's why the overwhelming majority of them are on our welfare systems. Not all. Some are major hardworking. Those are the ones that went out and came in legally at first or turned around and went, screw this, and went and did what it took to become a citizen afterwards. Not the ones that have been here 10, 20 years, did jack and shit to become a legal citizen. And only try when Trump goes to kick them out. But then the lefties, but they're trying to become citizens. No. That's like me robbing a bank, and then only trying to give him the money back as I'm in court being prosecuted. But he tried to give the money back. F it. No, I'm done. I am totally done. You want to wave the Mexican flag, then you should automatically. I don't even care if we gave you citizenship. You should be denaturalized and deported. You want to scream about how this country sucks while you're living off of it? Hey, go back to Mexico. See how much that sucks. But now I'm going to step off my podium just for a second here. And what do you think Donald Trump should do? There's a lot of American citizens saying Trump needs to step in. There's a lot of Americans, Canadians, people from other nationalities trapped in Mexico right now. Flights aren't going out. Roads are blocked. They're stuck in these hotels. Essentially, these cartels have taken buildingfuls of hostages. These are people with surface-to-air missiles. If they decided to, whoa, they could take out these buildings. And they could take out hotels full of people. There are essentially buildingfuls of hostages from other countries in Mexico. And I'm going to ask, really, what do you think in the chat? What do you think Donald Trump should or should not do? Should he intervene enough, send in a military only to the point to get our people and maybe other people out? I don't know. He's the president of the United States. His worry is our citizens. Sorry to everybody else, not yours. Should he send in maybe the team that went into Venezuela and get our people out or not? Personally, I would never vacation in Mexico, but it's cheaper. Then you're an idiot. Knowing what's going on in that country, it's not hidden. Everybody's known it's been getting worse and worse and worse down there. They had an attack on the presidential palace recently, and not like the J6 insurrection. This was a real one. That was a real insurrection or rebellion, what do you want to call it. But I like my Puerto Vallarta. You go. I think half the people down there are dumbasses anyway for going down there. I mean, seriously. That's like me setting up a picnic table in the middle of the expressway. All right, Urbexy, I think Trump needs to do nothing. Let Mexico fix or implode. Anybody who's there knew the risk. I almost agree. My problem is, Urbexy, Mexico is on our border. And what that goes on there affects us. We got the drug trafficking. They traffic women. They traffic children. 300,000+ children were trafficked into America under the Biden administration and just disappeared into America by the cartels. And that's 300,000+ official numbers. We all know government is with their numbers. It's probably closer to 500,000 to 600,000. Holy crap. So, I don't know. They bring drugs in. It's on our borders. They shoot across the border at our border guards. That happens often. That is an act of war. I'm just saying. And I bitch all the time. I don't get on me about the Israel thing, but I bitch all the time about Israel. People, Israel needs to just stop being aggressive. The few times Israel's backed off, what happens? What happens when Israel backs off? Hamas rebuilds and starts lobbing rockets across again. And I've always said, how long would America let Canada lob rockets into our cities before they took over Canada? Well, my problem is, and this is my problem, we have allowed something like that. We have allowed Mexico to bring drugs in, traffic women, traffic children, to take over. Some of their cartels have taken over apartment complexes and areas of cities under the Biden administration. We have allowed Mexico to be a terrorist state on our border, affecting us for decades. So I don't know. I personally think America needs to say F off to the Ukrainian war. Let Europeans handle it. It's your problem. Why are we over there fixing your crap? The European Union, has almost the same GDP of America, and it's in your backyard. You scoop the dog shit in your own backyard. I think America should walk away from the Ukraine thing. If the European Union can't put off enough force to handle it themselves, you don't care enough. We need to do it for you. And as for Israel, I say the same thing. America should walk away. We'll sell arms. We'll make money. But I don't think we should do anything to support Israel. You want to discuss Iran? We can have a discussion. Do I want us to go to full scale in there? No. Do I want us to do something? Maybe. I don't know. But Mexico, how long do we allow? Honestly, it's a terrorist state. Go look up how Sheinbaum got elected. All her opponents either got deaded or injured and had to drop out. She was installed by the cartels. If we argue it. Hey, Jay Watterson, what's up, man? So, yeah. Oh, there was one. Epstein's in Israel. Okay. You're watching the wrong channel. Go watch Candace Owens. Leave Mexico to Mexico, Adrian says. Oh, that'd be fine as long as we totally cut the border. I mean, even worse than it is now. I don't want a single bullet flying across. If one of these cartel people shoots across at a single agent, then we tell Mexico, you just became a territory of the United States. If you're not going to control your crap, they're going to shoot across, traffic women, children, drugs, done. There's at least 8 people from Mexico waving Mexican flags, chanting Viva la Mexico. Mexico needs them. Leak it. I hope that's right. Lee Kit. I think anybody in America waving a Mexican flag, I don't care if you've been naturalized, you should be denaturalized and sent back. You're screaming for the last year, Viva la Mexico, Mexico's great, F America. Well, bye. Go back and fix your crap hole country. And I agree with you, Lee, that, yeah, Mexico could use them 8 million. Sorry, could they use them? Those are 8 million chicken shits. A lot of these people left instead of trying to do anything. And I'm not saying it's easy. The cartels are huge there. But that's because everybody's let it happen. Just like in my own state. I pick on my own state all the time. Illinois is known worldwide as the most corrupt state in the country. It's the highest taxed. It is the most screwed up state, almost even worse than California and New York. But I also say it's the voters' fault because the voters keep voting blue no matter who. And every Democrat they vote for is worse and worse and worse. And the state gets worse and worse. That's why it's one of the top 3 states losing population and business now. So, yeah. 8 million more could change the tides. Lee, you are right if those people would stand up and actually do it. My problem is a lot of them are chicken shits and fled. And I do know some Mexican immigrants who immigrated legally, or once they got here, they went right away to try to do whatever they had to become legal. But the ones that have been here 10 years, 15 years, whatever, never tried to even do what it took, F them. And I'm not sure that those people would actually stand up and try to do anything in Mexico. Lee, Texas up to 20 million. Actually, it's higher. The Biden administration, under conservative numbers, have brought in about 15 to 20 million. Might be as high as 25. The problem is, we've been hearing for decade upon decade that there's 30 million here already. And now suddenly, when Biden brings these people in, even pundits like Crowder, who has started reversing himself lately, started suddenly going, yeah, the 15 million already here. Real numbers show between 30 and 35 million, maybe up to 40 were already here. And some people even say higher, but I'm actually being nice and talking low. So you add that 20 million onto the 30 million here, it's 50 million. It's insanity. Yeah, I know you're only saying 8, Lee. I know. And you're being, I'm not a conservative. I don't like the uniparty. I choose a person I'll like, but I call most of what goes on in our government uniparty. I know you're being like me. You're trying to give a range, so you are leaving room for yourself, and that's a good idea. That's your choice. Let their home get destroyed. Don't let them hide here. Yeah, I agree. 100% Lee. Yeah, they should not be allowed to hide here. We can't afford illegal aliens, and I love when the left and some conservatives who want that cheapy labor say, well, we can't do without them. Who will vacuum your carpet, mow your grass, and pick your strawberries? Americans will, if you're not paying $5 an hour under the table. I grew up in farm country. If you want to look up the Quad Cities, Iowa, Illinois area of more than 4 cities, doesn't make sense. I live in a city in the Quad Cities, and within 15 minutes, I'm out in farm fields right where I grew up. I grew up near a place called Edgerton, Illinois. I worked on farms growing up, and even then, I started seeing the farmers blowing off the American kids to pay illegals coming in much less. I got through where there were still those farm jobs out there. The generation below me and my brother, suddenly they couldn't get jobs out there. It was all the people out there picking and doing hay bales for almost nothing. So it needs to go away. Lee, no, they're not all Mexican. No, 100%. It's just the overwhelming majority are. That's where I can get mad at leftists who bitch and whine. Oh, we're arresting all the brown people. It's simple math. Most of the illegal aliens in America are brown. If most of the illegal aliens in America were from Norway, we'd be ejecting mostly white people. It doesn't matter. And they've talked about numbers of white people sent back to UK and other countries, and blacks right to Africa or whatever else, and Chinese to China. It's just the simple math, but lefties, we all know lefties, 2 + 2 = 5. That's their math. Gen X was last chance at any hope at a chance, and I'm not talking the youngest of US. Yes. I have a neighbor who is upper 20s, and he bought his house just before the interest rates. He was able to get in. His family's a little well off, but I don't live in a great neighborhood. If you saw the size of my house, some of you in America would laugh. But he got his house just before the interest rates and everything went through the roof and things went nuts. And all of his friends, he had a party over there, and some of his friends were talking to me, and they're all like, we're screwed. None of us will ever own a home. We can barely afford anything. And even my neighbor admits he got in just in time. He feels bad. So I agree with you, Lee. There are a lot of people in America screwed, and I'm not blaming just one party. Once again, I'm blaming the uniparty. Yes, I am a Trump supporter. I am not a cultist. When Trump does bad, anybody who's been on my streams has seen, I will call it out. And there's a lot of things I don't think he does enough. I do not think that the immigration has been done strong enough. You attack an immigration officer, done. You're going in the box. You're an illegal alien. You broke all rules and laws coming in here. The Biden administration broke all rules and laws. So we're going to send you out the way you came in. American doesn't grasp the fact that anyone making over $7 an hour are literally on the top 10% of the planet. Yeah. Oh, they do. They do know that. They don't care. They are, once again, you can go look. There's videos where some of the Democrats has openly said it. Replacement theory. Joe Biden said on live TV in a speech that by something year, white people will be minority in America. And that's a good thing. He actually said that. Nobody says that in Africa. Hey, by 2040, Zimbabwe will be majority white and minority black. And that's a good thing. They only say that about white countries. The problem is the people coming here won't keep this country up and don't believe in what built this country, what we believe, what got the systems where it is, what made this country good. And that goes for a lot of other first world nations. And they're having problems. Europe too. And I mean, we did a show the other night talking about the UK. UK is 20 to 30 years ahead of America. We should be looking at what they did and going, crap, we see it starting here in America. We should be going, not gonna happen. But we may see in 20, 30 years, we may, if we wake up, go the way of UK. We may have to have riots, protests. UK is very close. I think if the next election goes horribly wrong and they do scurvy crap to deny the people again, I think there's a chance the UK may go real ugly. I think you guys, the UK needs mass deportations now, or that country won't even be near the same in 20, 30 years. All right, let's see here. My ex-wife is an immigrant. I played that entire immigration game, paid thousands, spent years bringing her legal. I have bloodlines ran this. So yeah, exactly, Lee. And see your wife, I know, and I love how, and I will blame mostly the left for this. Oh, they just hate immigrants. No, they don't. Every person I know that's center and right, and even slightly to the left that I have friends, I don't have any far left friends anymore. They won't even talk to you. But everybody I know, especially center and right, looks at a person who immigrated here legally, did what your ex-wife did. I have a friend whose wife immigrated here from another country. They did all the stuff right, and they are pissed. She does not like these illegals. Every legal immigrant I know hates these illegals. So yeah, it is. And yeah, my family is, once again, like yours, Lee, has a long bloodline here. There are a few museums and counties, not bragging, named after my family. And we're in some high school textbooks, but I understand. But I know nobody. The left loves to mix up illegal immigration with legal. The fact is, legal immigrants commit less crimes than born here American citizens. Illegal immigrants commit insanely high levels of crime, let alone the fact that the first thing they did coming in here was illegal. It broke a law. Nobody should be exempt from what I was bound into as a bloodline American. Now, Lee, that's one where we may disagree. I don't think first generation immigrants should be in government in this country. There was a guy, and I've seen legal immigrants actually espouse this. I saw a guy called, you can look him up, Kangman, he was on Timcast recently, and he says even him, as a first generation immigrant, he still struggles with what he was taught raised on in his country, and some of the beliefs. He loves America, wants to be American. Says sometimes way he was raised, the way he was taught, still affects him. And some of it he has to fight against that belief system compared to what America is. And he doesn't think him or any other first generation immigrant should be in our government. And I agree. Sorry, I agree with that. Because they still have too much of a possibility of a loyalty to the other country, and a lot of them do. Dual citizenship should never be a thing. You pick one. There's still too much of a mixture of beliefs there, and I still feel some loyalty to this other country. We can't have that. So I agree with him on that. I mean, look at the immigrants, the first generation immigrants we have in Congress right now. Everything they do, they will even disparage 9/11. Some people did something. There are people in there. You got what their name, Ilhan Omar, stood up and made a video. She's ballsy enough to make a video going and telling Somalians, I am here in the United States government to work for you and Somalia. Not America, not Americans. For Somalians here and Somalia. We can't have that. We can't have that. Constitutional laws of the nation as far as dual citizenship. The one I agree with so far is Arnold. But yeah, Arnold really embraced what this country is, though. That's what immigrants used to do, and these days they don't. But constitutional laws of our nation have been twisted too, because the 14th Amendment was never meant that if a 9-month pregnant woman comes across the border and plops a baby out 2 feet inside our border, that's a citizen. It was meant to show that the slaves who were brought here, they were born citizens. It was never meant for that crap it's been twisted to. And Trump is right to challenge it. Because if you go look at go look up what was written about the 14th Amendment by the actual writers of it and everything else, they knew this could be twisted. They openly said it, and it's in their writings that it is not to be used the way it is now. The court ruled against the writers of it, where they said, this is not, you got to come here, you got to be under the jurisdiction thereof, the United government of the United States of America. You come here legally. So, yeah. Oh, okay, Lee, then I'm reading you wrong. Somebody, message held for review. Oh, okay. I don't know why why that one got nailed. Lee, that was not a comment that should be held. Okay. But no, I don't know. Between the Olympics thing, shut up, run your sport, represent the country, be proud, go to the State of the Union. I don't know. The whole Mexico kerfuffle. I do think, I don't know. Mexico's got to have something done. Personally, I'm not sure we should have the ties with Mexico as we should do. We have bought, and I'm sorry, America has bought and paid for Mexico 10 times over. The illegals come here. I think all remittances should be cut. All remittances should be cut. You should not be an illegal alien here, or even a legal one, sorry, and sending money back home. All it does is illegals cost us around $400 billion a year out of pocket. Well, after some people say, well, they help America. Remove the $150 billion they make us, there's still a net loss of $250 billion a year. That does not include the money they send back home in remittances that is taking money out of our economy. Our economy gets screwed multiple times over by illegals. Our children can't find jobs. As you were talking, Lee, there's generations now that can't find housing because when illegals are put into rental markets or hotels, the government pays these people, these landowners, high prices, higher prices than you and I would pay or could pay. So then all rents go up. Also, housing is supply and demand. You have 1 million houses, but you have 20 million people that need housing. Price can go up. You have 6 million jobs, but 30 million people to fill them. Wages go down. So yeah, it's a cluster F. And now here is where I'll show you I'm not a Trump cultist. Here's why I think that maybe Donald Trump was never serious about mass deportation that most of America voted for. Because he hasn't gone after the employers, the banks, or the landlords. We have laws on the books. The banking system is under the FDIC. That's federal control. He could go to the banks, go, show me your books. Anybody that's not a legal citizen, why do they have bank accounts here? There are rules on foreign peoples and entities having accounts. There's certain things they have to do. If they're not doing it, these people just get to walk in and have accounts, seize it. All the loans should be null and void. If illegals have bought houses here with the illegal loans, that property should be seized and that money should go back to the American people. Employers, you fine the hell out of them, commensurate to the size of the business. You hit them hard enough the first time that maybe they'll stop. Second time, goodbye to your company. What I would do, and I've said this before, a few people, I'll get back to the chat here. Sorry, guys. What I would do if I was president, if Donald Trump was serious about mass deportations, he would go on TV. This is what I would do. And tonight at the State of the Union, let's say, let's see. State of the Union tonight, Donald Trump should stand up and go, to all illegal aliens, you have exactly 30 days to get your affairs in order, sell off any property you can, get your money out of the bank, pack up, take anything you can drive or carry across that border, and leave. Or else, in 30 days, we go to the FDIC. We go to all landlords. We go to all employers. We will remove any way you can work here. We will remove any property. And yeah, you're screwed. I would even say go after any church groups, any food pantries giving food to illegals. Must show some type of a citizen ID to get a free food supplied by America. And you want to see the mass exodus, and I mean make it stick. In 30 days, you hit the employees. You don't even send ICE out. You can do most of this without ICE enforcement. This is a forced self-deportation where they will leave themselves. And that is what I think should be done. And that, if Donald Trump was serious, that's what he'd do. All right, a machine. Can you imagine how wealthy this country would be if not for the past couple of decades of fraud, waste, and abuse? A machine, yes. And I would say it's actually right around 60 years or so. And I include, once again, I'm not partisan, I include Ronald Reagan in that. Ronald Reagan was one of the worst presidents in our history. If you look at the difference between what Ronald Reagan said in his amazing speeches and what he did. So yeah, let's see. Imagine, if you will, all the lives saved and money retained. The country never succumbed to the political division that labels us as enemies. Yes, I have a book on my desk over there. It's by a man named Jerry Doyle. He was in the series Babylon 5 right there, you see. He became a political commentator. And he always said on his radio show before he died, America will never be fixed as long as they can keep us infighting because of a letter. A lot of people shut their brain off when they see a D or an R. Until people stop voting for a party over a person, America's screwed. And I think he's right, not just about America, about all countries that way. But you are 100% right, Lee. A machine, exactly. An enemy nearby is a more present threat than an enemy abroad. Yes. Yes. And I think Ukraine is an enemy abroad, except for the people over in Ukraine. Yeah, Ukraine is an enemy abroad, but not to Europe. Europe, fix your own shit. Middle East, fix your own shit. Rebecca, what's making Trump tone down lately? I don't know if he's toned down, but I think, one, Trump has got a lot on his plate. He is trying to, we can whine, and I use this analogy, Rebecca. It's easier to build, to tear down than build. You can go online and look, and there's time lapses showing what it took to build a building. It's months, sometimes years, to build a building. Yet then, I've seen people actually show 30 years later that same building being torn down in seconds through implosion. Took months to put it up, 30 seconds, boom, building gone. That's the way America is right now here. It's the way a lot of countries are. We've had 60, 70 years of this fraud, waste, our government's selling us out, and I'll say that, they have been. Corruption, theft, jobs leaving, and Trump has done a lot. Do I think he's pushed hard enough? No. But he has got a lot done, more than any president in my lifetime has in a year. Woof. But he has toned down. I think he's tired. He's tired of a lot coming at him. It's a lot of work, but he's still pushing. And look what he's dealing with. It's insane. Even his own party don't support him. Come on. We all know Republicans don't like Trump much more than Democrats. That's why they're not passing anything in our Congress that he's doing. They're not protecting the people. They're uniparty. It's all theater. 80+% of all Americans, across the board, all together, want voter ID. It took over a year, and the House finally passed it, but now you haven't seen the Senate take it up. And I'm going to say right out, the Senate will turn it down. You're going to have a couple rhinos in the Senate go, well, we just got problems, and I can't vote for this, and it won't pass. Something 80% of the American public want, and it won't be done. What? You can't get Americans, 80% of Americans agree that the sky is blue. But when we agree, our government won't do nothing. Trump isn't toning it down, but he's fighting from every corner. I will agree with you. He did tone down the immigration thing, and I think he made a mistake. Trump has an ego, and he tries to be liked. And if he has toned down, that's why. He just won't be the harsh person that the left thinks he is, and that we need him to at least partially be. So, I don't know. I just think he's trying too hard. And I'm not sure how serious he ever was about true mass immigration. True. We've already offered him self-deport with monies paid, they stayed. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people don't even know it. I think they should be advertising that. Well, I did see an advertisement for it. Yeah, we're offering them free plane ticket home $2,600 or $3,000 a person, which is a shitload down there. And they can take their whatever stuff, sell your stuff, take that money. But yeah, I agree, Lee. Once again, I'm much more harsh on immigration. I'd have these people out of here. I'd be really doing mass deportation sweeps. If my self-deportation plan didn't work. Remove any ability of them to work here, live here, eat here, buy anything here. 4 big things, and they will leave. Diego's tenant. Oh, I can't. Wow, that's a good one. I'm going to call you Diego. Keep Europe white. I don't know about keep it white, but Europe, each country in Europe has a specific culture, just like America. I love when people say America has no culture. Bull crap. Our culture is exported around the world. It's our biggest export. Our movies, our music, our foods. We are exported around the country. Our clothing. So I love when people say white people and have no culture. They do. Each country in Europe has it, and if it happens to be white, what's wrong with that? You want to hear is a good one for you, Diego. Damn it, lefties in my country always like to talk about racism. And, minorities. Hey, sorry, lefties. In the planet, white people are a minority. So when you are picking on white people, you are picking on the minority. You are for exterminating the minority when you're like, we got to brown this country up. Look at that, lefties. Once again, lefties are bad at math. I just say, Diego, each country in Europe should always be allowed to keep their culture the way they want it. Not be forced to change. And to the Muslim immigrants taking over in UK, screw you telling them to change. There are 50, not 50. There are 50 plus Muslim countries, but about 6 to 8 of those are advanced Muslim countries who don't espouse your medieval bullcrap anymore, and they won't take you either. To you Muslims, go to those other 45 countries. Don't come to others and say, change for me. Exactly. They say that shows malicious intent. Yes. No, Lee. Yeah, Diego. Yeah, Europe is all white, but I'm not sure that's what Diego was even saying. I think Diego was really, this is my guesstimate. I could be totally wrong. I think Diego's saying that white is a lot of what Europe was traditionally. They have cultures. And saying keep Europe white is not exactly a racist thing. I'm sorry, but white people in a lot of countries have different cultures than the browns peoples of all types or the Asians. We have different cultures. My God. I'm talking, I'm not talking the ghetto. I'm talking average black people in America compared to average white people. Even they have different cultures in a way. So if I'm wrong, Diego, let me know. If you're really just, white man rules. But I think, I'm going to say Diego's talking about Europe is traditionally white. It is a culture. Why is it okay to say black pride or black power, but not the other way around? Once again, white people are the minority, and it's time people started saying that more often. Purpose over party, yes. Jay Watterson. Trump is acting the way he is because he sees the upcoming midterm election and realizes the implications. I think, Jay Watterson, I think he's making a mistake then. I know I'm behind, guys. I value chat. I think he's making a mistake then because he's angering his base. He's even angering the moderates that voted for him by not doing what he promised them. He promised them certain things and he's not doing it. And now they see him backing down. I think if he amped up the immigration, or if he adopted the Lion's Den, Lioncast immigration deportation strategies, I think he'd be much more popular. You wouldn't have to see a lot of the ICE agents on the streets if you adopted my plan. I think Trump has lost a little focus, but the economy, while not perfect, is definitely improved over Biden. The problem with Trump is, and I and others much smarter than me said all the time during the last year of the Biden administration, they are doing crap now that's going to come back and bite the next president in the ass. Everything they were setting up, there was Red Lobster. All these companies were going through bankruptcies, restructuring, showing problems. They were announcing they were going to cut stores and workers a year ago. I mean, the year before Trump came in, sorry. So 2 years ago, they were already announcing that. And here it comes as Trump comes in and starts getting all these hits. So he is trying to fix the legacy of that last year of Biden. But I think he's struggling with a lot. I think though, Jay Waterston, he's making a mistake by not standing up for what his base and even the moderates voted for. Did she get 4 big things for you to leave? Not sure what you mean, Gerald. But I'm a doofus. See, I'm a dip. May have to draw it out for me, Gerald. Hey, Swamp Rat. Nope, you have to include anybody that hires them. 100%. That's what I'm saying. Go after employers. Until Trump goes after employers, which can be done easily, he's not serious. And I know it's going to anger a couple of the cultist Trump channels out there, streams, where I say anything slightly against, and I've been nailed and attacked. I have multiple accounts, and I've gone under accounts, and just say anything slightly critical and F you, no, F, shut the F up. Like, oh, way to prove to the left that there's a culty people. Italians and Sicilians and other darker skin come from Europe. Yeah, Lee is right. AOC, Cowboys did not. They came from Mexico. No, they didn't. The Italians and Spanish, the cowboy culture came from over there. You stupid. God, that woman is a doofus. What a doofus. And the dummies in the audience, like clap, 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 even though they're from Europe. They know she's full of crap. But, you know, TDS. Jim Britt, welcome. All right, Gerald. Keep what white with your food, mashed potatoes. What? Gerald, I went to public school. Looks like you did too. What? Keeping what white what your food, mashed potatoes. So are you trying to pull the Tim Walz thing? Now, I don't use any spices. White people don't use spices in their food. We like our food bland. You know, the jackass was lying. He's got a winning, like, spicy chili recipe he won awards for. What kind of culture does a Black American have? African culture? You're wrong. We have American Black culture. Oh, I agree. I didn't say you didn't have any culture. I didn't say you had African culture, even though there are some retards walking around in the African clothing trying to act like I'm in touch with my roots. No, you're not. No, American Black culture, of course. I just said that even the average Black areas have a slightly different culture and beliefs than the average white areas. Not in everything. I mean, a lot of them will find the show Martin or BET good, where a lot of white people watch a little bit of that and go, can't do it. No, I'm not saying Black Americans. Dude, Black Americans have very, 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 very little in common with Africans. Are you kidding? Not much at all. About as much as I have. You know, my family immigrated from Europe long ago. I don't have that much in common with somebody from Scotland or Ireland. What's an average Black person, average white person, you idiot? Well, if you don't know, you the idiot. I can play games too, whatever. Oh my God. Whose economy? More clarification. I'm not sure which part of my mouthy rant you're whining about there. Oh, I'm not sure you're whining. That's just me being a jerk. But what part of my caused you a problem there? America doesn't have a skin color. We're all in this boat together. You know, Machine, if that was only true, but unfortunately, it's not as true as it should be. There are a lot of people in this country that don't love this country. They want to tear it down, want to destroy it. And I would say pretty much any dingus, retard, moron, and jackwagon out there marching and, oh, we should get our way, even though we lost the election. These are the very same people during the election screeching about democracy. Democracy. They screech it like parrots on crack cocaine chewing on a speedball. Democracy. As soon as they lose, that's it. We're going to march, tear stuff down, kill people, riot, and demand and throw tantrums like we should get our way no matter what. We are going to throw ourselves on the ground and give us our way. Doesn't matter if you won. So, no, we're not all in it together, unfortunately. Record layoffs this year. Yes, I know. And I already described why. That is pullback from what happened during the Biden administration, the record highs of everything. I even had a guy on my stream the other day, and if you've watched, this guy come in with hyperbole and wouldn't answer a simple question. He came in with a talking point, a lying talking point, wouldn't answer my question. He started screaming about gas prices. Okay. Gas prices are lower now than they were during the whole of the Biden administration. And he kept screeching, my gas in New York is $3.18 a gallon. I go, what was it 2 years ago? He wouldn't answer. This is the left. Gas prices are $3.18 a gallon in New York. He just kept doing it. Would not answer. Am I saying everything's lower? No. Is a lot of things lower? Yes. Is it low as it should be? Oh, no. Trump has a ways to go. But once again, it's easier to tear down than it is to build. Anybody thinks Trump is going to fix all 4 years of Biden's F-ups in 1 year? That's stupid. The layoffs were coming. A lot of the bankruptcies, everything were going on in the last year of the Biden administration. This was coming. There were people warning out there. So if you didn't pay attention, these are the same people that within 24 hours went from egg prices are fine. There's nothing wrong with inflation. Trump wins. The next day, egg prices are through the roof. Oh my God, inflation. Just saying. Oh, there we go. There we go. Gerald showed who he is. Yep. I'm hiding that because I'm not having that on my chat, but okay. Yep. Moron. Yep, you're a moron. Yep. You go hang out with Rosie O'Donnell, Gerald. You just showed who you are. We are the best nation in the world for it, but if you're not here legally, you are breaking law. Yeah. We're the best world in the nation, but the problem is we're not going to be if we have too much of our people here interested in tearing it down. I'm not even talking just illegals that are here to suck off the system. That came out wrong. People used to come here to be American, to join it, not to come in and fly their flags, to come in and get stuff given. People used to come in, we'd hand you a bag of food, a couple days worth of spending money, and go forth. And people came here and they taught their kid English right away if they didn't already know it, learned our culture, became citizens. Now they come in and want to stay until they say how great their country is, fly their flags, say F America, and then go, I must be kept here. You must keep paying for me. There's a difference. But yeah, legally, if you're not here legally, get the F out. Get out. All right. Oh, yep. So Gerald and David are jackals. Thank you to the moderators for grabbing that. Up. All right. Oh, man. You are trying to make my dumb little brain pronounce that. Inaya Simpson. I don't know. I'm going to call you Sin. Brain Rot Liberal Left Edition. David said, okay. David, okay. Lee's talking to David about some of his, yeah, feel free. Yeah. Ask questions. I like that. Lee is asking questions, and that is a good thing. And when I've asked questions, here's the problem. When I ask questions on all the social media I'm on, where I try to interact with these people, you end up going back to the orange Cheeto, the Pretto, all the bullcrap, the hyperbole. They will not discuss, will not answer questions. It goes back to insults because sooner or later, they have no facts. These are people that use phrases like my truth. There is the truth. No such thing as your truth, my truth, his truth, her truth, they truth. None of that. So, Lee, that is a very valid question. And if I had to say, I blame both parties. Jimmy Myers, the government is going to come save me. Conservatives no longer exist. In a way, you're right. In a way, Jimmy, welcome. You're right. The left, everything has moved to the left some. Not for the best. Even a lot of conservatives. There are some that have trying to move too far to the right, but a lot of them have moved to the left. They capitulate a lot to the left. Too much, I would say. Let's just say, Jimmy, even if they do exist, they're very weak-willed. Conservatives screech and scream, vote us into pot. We'll save you. We'll help. As soon as they get in, you go, okay, now vote this in. Back Trump. Oh, my God, no. Ew, icky. Oh, I don't want to touch the power. Oh, but I might have to stand on my principles. Ew. Hey, same thing you want about the left. They may be insane, but they will even back the most stupid and insane of their platforms. The right won't even back the most common sense of theirs. So, yeah, that's a problem, Jimmy. Let's see. That person is not going to have. I'm showing that. Jimmy, I don't know why that got nailed, Jimmy. That's nothing bad. All right, Jay Watterson. People need to realize nobody is coming to save you. 100%. Well, I'll tell you what. Not in America. America helps every country in the world. But every time there's a problem here, oops, sorry, I got a notification I got to get rid of. Nobody helps us. And that's everything, yeah. Swamp Rat, I buy seed spreaders to save me. You mean all those seed spreaders that you lost in the boating accident? Yeah, I'll tell you what, seed spreaders, not just in America, in a lot of the world, may be a big thing to have if things keep going south. Of course, for those of you in the deep south, damn. All right. I'm sorry, Gerald. I'm ignoring you until you come out and say something that makes sense. 147 languages in America. I don't care. There shouldn't be. You want to speak your language, fine, but we all have to have a common language. There. I talked about your stuff. Everybody should be speaking English. They used to be required until we started letting government documents and crap go out in other languages, mostly Spanish. But no, you must have a unified culture. You know, diversity is our strength. No, it isn't. You go to the military. Show me the diversity in thought there. What is the strength of the military? A common goal, a common way of doing things. America used to have that. So did a lot of countries. Once you start over diversifying, you get arguments between all these languages you supposedly want to have, all this crap. You aren't strong anymore. Diversity is only a strength to a point. We've passed that point long, long ago. Debal? God, if I get these wrong, people, I'm sorry. I love Trump. I personally think Trump is the best president in my lifetime, but he is nowhere near perfect. Or Trump is not the president we need. We need Donald Trump to be what we need him to be 3/4 of what people on the right voted for. A lot of his staunchest people voted for. Need him to be 3/4 of that person. Gosh darn. And we need, he needs to be half of the bad guy that the left thinks he is. All right, so more useless comment from Gerald. Got it. Sorry, buddy. Ireland, England, France, German, Norway, Sweden, Poland, Albania, Greece don't have the same culture or language. I know that. I know that. Yeah. I said that openly a second ago, so I'm not sure what you're doing, Jimmy. Are you talking to me, or because if you're calling me the dumbass, I openly just said that. I said there's many cultures different in each of those countries. That white people have multiple different cultures. So hopefully you're talking to somebody else. Okay, Gerald making another nonsense comment. Why do I care if the Lone Ranger is placed on a black marshal? Why do I care? Okay. So you got little black Little Mermaid. Fuck off. Until I see, until I see Robert Pattinson as White Panther, or the new Black Panther will be a Robert Pattinson. F off. I'm just saying. I don't care. What's the matter? Yeah, so what? There was a race swap way back then. How many have we got going on now? My God, I'm surprised. I'll be surprised if they don't. I mean, come on. They can't make anything without race swapping. Look at the new HBO Harry Potter series. Hermione's going to be Hispanic, and Snape is going to be black. Yeah, your whole thing there, Gerald, that's a stupid comment with everything going on. Exactly, Lee. Yeah. Say it again. Let's see. There's no such thing as American culture either. Okay. It doesn't matter. There is still throughout Texas to Maine to Illinois, God help me, there is still an underlying base culture of America. And the problem is it's been eroded. We used to be much more of a cohesive culture, but now we are being more broke up. And the more we break up in that culture, the more problems we are having. Once again, that cohesiveness was our strength, not diversity where we are too split. We all had little differences when you went from state to state, but we had a cohesive thought process or a culture, an underlying current of culture that's being split. So, okay. And Jimmy, I'm done talking to you too. If that's all you can do is you can't even put out a thought without dumbass. You have joined the level of Gerald. So, okay, got it. And I've been to Louisiana, and they do mostly speak English. They have some rough Creole French, but most of them still speak English. Serbia is nothing like the Albanians, but they're nearby each other. 100%. 100%. My home state of Illinois is right next to Iowa. They're very different, actually, in a certain way. But to even most of Illinois, there is an underlying culture still that still pretty connects us here in the Middle East. Or Middle East. Whoops! Midwest. Maybe coming soon to America near you. The Midwest is still pretty connected to an underlying American culture. But we do have major differences between Iowa and Illinois, trust me. Temper tantrum bedwetters. Pretty much. Pretty much, Deval. I'm not sure I'm saying that right. Oh, Lee, yes, you called out Gerald 100%. Nailed it. Okay. And Jimmy, or Gerald Jr. is making comments as brilliant as Gerald's. Okay. Okay. Lee. Woof. Anybody else in the chat can speak up. Let me know. Do you think Lee or Jimmy are more right? Because to my book, Lee is calling it pretty well. Okay, little buddy, no such thing as American culture. Yeah, Dunce Cap comment, nailed it. Digital Doom Cult, great replacement, getting scary. Welcome, and by the way, there is not even a theory. There's multiple Democrats over the last 4 years been on camera openly saying it. We got to bring in more brown people so I get more votes in my area. Crap. They've openly said it. Oh, Biden. I keep doing it. Said right on TV. Oh, by this year, America will be a minority white country, and that's a good thing. That sounds like not a theory. All right, so Jimmy Computer keeps being a retard. Okay. And Jimmy makes an assumption. Jimmy's an assumer. You know, I'm not in the center. Did you listen to the beginning of my talk about politics? Nope. He doesn't care. Those property taxes, says the government still owns it. Yeah. I am fully with Donald Trump when he says things like he wants to eliminate property taxes. I think if you are paying on a piece of property, you should pay property taxes. Maybe 5 to 10 years after you pay it off. But after that, no. Or you are never owning your property and you are forever. It's forever. You're always have a landlord. If you look at the forefathers, you were never, ever supposed to lose your property just because of property taxes. There was some other tax stuff they could do to get you, but not property taxes. They always said if you didn't pay property taxes, that you just could not get any of the services paid for with those property taxes. So yeah, I am for a type of phasing out of the property tax. Anton Miller. Take away the government bloat jobs that were cut and the jobs gain market looks right. Yeah. There is a difference. Anton brings up a good point. If you look under the Biden years, and I'm saying the Biden, but you know, Biden wasn't the president. Come on. If you look under the Biden years, look where the job gains were. I mean, go look it up. Go look where the job gains were under the Biden years. It was mostly in the government workers. It wasn't in the private sector. It was in the government sector. Jobs went through the roof. And then you look in the private sector, and what were the jobs that were gained? Not by American citizens. They had to bring those illegals in. Most of the illegals took the jobs. Under Trump, whether you like what's going on or not, the government jobs have gone down. The citizen out there, the average people, the private sector jobs have gone up, and mostly for Americans, citizens, not illegals. Welcome, Anton. Okay. All right. Jimmy makes another retarded assumption. Are we surprised? I'll call it like it is. You're a retard. Rhino, I never said I was a Republican. In fact, I said the opposite earlier. Way to go. Just keep slapping that stupid. Keep going, man. Just, God dang, man. You were abusing the word stupid. I didn't say anything about big government. In fact, I said the last. Gee, Jimmy, I just talked about taking property taxes off the table. That sounds like big government? Whew. All I hear now from when Jimmy talks, it's like a Ricola commercial. Ricola. All I hear is retardo. Sorry. And now he's just stuck in hyperbole mode. Dun dun dun. Truman, what's up with the files? Not enough. What, you think that's a gotcha? I've been saying tons of times it's been handled horribly. I hate Spamela Blondie. What do you want? But I will say this. Let me ask you a quick question. How many Epstein documents or information did you get under the Biden administration? Oh, I'm right. 0. Whether we think Trump's handled this right or not, which I think he's handled it abysmally, what have you got under Trump? About 4 or 5 million pages, some videos and pictures. Okay. Is there more to come? God, there better be. Wasn't a gotcha, man. If you weren't trying to be a gotcha, sorry for me being a dick, but usually when people ask me that, it's like trying to be a gotcha. All right. Do 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 do. Nick, move out of your mom's basement. Okay. One, my mother died about 3 years ago, so this is my basement, but that was the best you had. Uh, uh, Nick comes in and right away goes with it would have been funny in maybe 2021. Oh, my basement. Let me insure. Whatever. Anton says WW2, the side opposite the presidency loses 26 House seats. It's like, yeah. Yeah, Anton, yeah, 100% Trump. Even if Trump was powering on all cylinders, if Trump was doing everything that I and all the people that voted for him thought he should be doing and going, damn, gold star, he's still swimming upwind. Yeah, combined that, didn't I? That shows my public school education swimming upwind. That'll give Jimmy something to go off about, or Gerald or something. Yeah, you're right. He's swimming upwind. But if Trump retains Congress, honestly, it'd be the best thing for America. We actually need that. And I think Trump has screwed the pooch on that. He may still pull it out, but whoa, I don't know. I do not know. Personally, I think they're going to lose the House, but possibly retain the Senate. So all it's going to mean is gridlock. Nothing will get done. And Democrats, the joke about he'll get impeached today if he doesn't have the women's hockey team comes, they would impeach him for that if they could. So yeah, Anton, you're right. And if he retains Congress, I don't know. I think he's got to show more to do it, but I would like to see it. Jimmy said something almost right. He edged close. Ooh, Jimmy, you were so close. Donald Trump is New York Democrat socialist. No, he's not. He's done things very opposite. But God, the last part of that, you're almost there. Democrats have a group called, let's see. And Jimmy the retard. What other garbage you gonna build watching our tax money? Like what? The ballroom, there's no tax money involved. God, Jimmy almost gets there. Jimmy almost has moments of lucidity. And then yeah, exactly. Trump's a Democrat socialist. No, but I will say honestly, Trump is a mid-late 90s Democrat. So far, the Democrats have gone. I'm not saying a pure Democrat, but my God, he says a lot of things right now that the Democrats were screeching about in the late 90s. But now, let's see. So nobody helped you in Iraq and Afghanistan. I was not talking about overseas. I actually said when we have a natural disaster and a problem here, while we go and help everybody in every country if they have a natural disaster or during COVID or anything else, I said here in my borders, but okay. Jimmy says something else retarded. Okay. Bootstraps. I never asked the government to come here and help, but okay. Lee, that's the problem you get. If you ask direct questions with facts, not all, but a lot of them can't do it. They'll either go back to hyperbole or they'll move the goalpost and switch to another subject, which is what the guy the other day did when he started bitching about gas prices. Then when I pinned him down on it, then he switched to something else. I'd try to get him to answer on that directly. Then he switched to something else. That's what you get. You get goalposts moving incessantly until they finally just come back to the orange Cheeto, Preto crap. That's it. But nice try, Lee. Keep going for it. I will ask Jimmy this. Jimmy, this is not a bad comment on your part. Starting another war with our tax money for no reason. Which war? Trump hasn't gone out and started generational wars. Trump tries to use force to back people down, but which war is it you have a problem with? Which issue is it? I mean, I'm sure you're probably going to try to blame Ukraine on him or something else, or Israel. That's been going on since before the dinosaurs from Land of Time were around. I mean, he hasn't started a war in Iran yet, and I don't know about started. Venezuela was not a war. I don't know. And Jimmy's stuck up. Jimmy's gerbil fell off the wheel. Everybody pray for Jimmy's gerbil. The gerbil died. There wasn't enough thought processor to feed the gerbil. It fell off the wheel, so I'm a rhino, and Jimmy's stuck on it. It's funny because I don't remember ever. Go back to watch any of my streams, Jimmy. Watch any of my videos, shorts, anything. Yeah, give me the watch time. But you won't do it because you won't go look to find out if you're right. Show me where I said I was a Republican. I'll wait. No, really. Show me where I said I was a Republican. Yeah, Lee, 100%. Yeah, you're right, Lee. And he totally swapped somewhere else again. That goalpost moving, Lee. Yeah, point it out. Anton Miller, I think Vance Rubio ticket will do even more than Trump. You know what? Anton, that is a point a lot of people are talking about now. Now, I think so too. I think they're younger, and I think they are more conservative than Trump. Trump, one, cares more about being liked. His ego is a good thing and a bad thing. I think in this case, his ego is starting to slow him down too much. He's still trying to be moderate and be liked. No, he should be paying attention to his voters, which was most of America. So yeah, stop pandering. A Vance Rubio ticket will probably do more. Now, here's my question for you, Anton, and anybody else. And feel free, I know I'm behind in the chat, but I love the comments, even the bad ones. Hey, you got to know what the people on the opposite side are thinking or saying, or you'll be unarmed in the battle. Would you like to see Vance or Rubio at the top? Because if you look at that last speech Rubio made, it is probably one of the best political speeches ever. Not saying Vance has done some bangers. Rubio has come a long way. I still have problems with Rubio. Might be a little too neocon-y for me. Vance would probably still be my choice. But I would say after that, I say we give Vance Rubio a chance. Vance does bad, then Rubio runs. Swap it. Vance Rubio 4 years, Rubio Vance the next 4. Then you could swap back. Wouldn't that be crazy? Imagine that. You do Vance Rubio 4 years, then next 4 years. Hey, America, let's give you a little switch up. We'll see how this goes. Rubio Vance. Then 4 years later, you go Vance Rubio, then back to Rubio Vance. That would be, dude, right then you know you're living in a simulation. They won't do it, but imagine that. English is a foreign language. Kind of technically you're right. We speak American. You are technically right. We do not speak Queen's English. Even though I got some friends in the UK to say they don't speak a lot of Queen's English anymore either. That's been a little mudded up over there. English comes from an island called England. Jimmy and I found, hey, look at that. Whoa, we agreed. Way to go, Jimmy. The gerbil is back on the wheel. But yeah, you're right. It comes from England. We just use the term English, even though it's not technically English anymore. We speak a version pretty much called American. And just like what they actually speak in Australia, New Zealand, and some other countries isn't technically English either. So you're right. Lee ain't giving you that inch. Okay. I'm trying to slowly edge catching up, but I think chat, I really like to talk with you guys, see what you're thinking. Where do you think the Pilgrims came from? I've written down. Yeah. But Jimmy's not technically wrong. We don't really speak English. Okay, up, Jimmy. Jimmy, you don't disappoint. That hamster, man, he just didn't have it, and off the wheel he goes. And the lights go dim. England isn't the name of the island. Yeah, you're right. Well, it's actually straight Britain, isn't it? If I really don't, not 100% sure. It's straight Britain, isn't it? Good grief. There we go. Oh, and Jay comes in. Jay's Jay's gerbil ain't doing no better. I gotta watch the gerbil comments. If you really ever want to look up, if you're having a rough day and need a good laugh, go look up Felching radio show Felching Mahaha or something. You're gonna find this guy talking about a felching incident when this was still a new thing on a radio broadcast back in the day, and these guys are crying laughing. So go look that up. Felching radio show on YouTube. You'll find it. Leave comments below if you found it, or if you find it after this live stream. Now you don't like talking to actual Americans. Okay. Yes, because coming live to you from my studios in Lower India. Yeah, known from the Midwest non-Americans. Got it. Boy, Jimmy, you're almost abusing the word retard. Oh, from Oklahoma. They also have Native American culture. And they're not really actually Native Americans. They came across the land bridge a long time ago. So what is the number of years where you become a native of that country? Is it 1,000 years, 6,000, 50,000? Nobody almost in the world is a native of their actual land where they're at now. Very, 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 very few. Because we mostly started out in one area and spread out. The Native Americans came across the land bridge, and there were actually people here before them that they killed. So, the Native American culture was before the American Indians. Oh, and I even got there before Jimmy's dumb comment afterwards. All right, Anton, what do you think of Restore Britain Movement English Amaga? Dude, we talked about that in my live stream the other day. Americans are looking, Americans paying attention are looking, and we love it. Seeing your flags, your country. We had this problem in America, and that's the one thing America did stomp on. For a while, they were telling us we couldn't fly flags in our pickup trucks. You couldn't fly American flag anywhere. They're American flag. Oh, that just is so upsetting to immigrants. Then F off. And you guys, the UK was getting that, Anton. They were getting, I'm not sure if you're in UK, so sorry. I actually had people on my stream, two of my friends I know from the UK on that stream. And we were talking about that. Seeing the British people, UK citizenry fight back, say, F it. F it. What's his name? Rupert, oh crap, I forgot his name. The videos he's putting out, everything going on. It's great to see. The Union Jack is back. And I always say this around Deus Vult. It gives me, look at goosebumps, actual goosebumps, seeing the patriotism standing up over there. The citizenry said, F you to the government. How dare you tell us we can't fly our flags? How dare you arrest our citizenry for doing so? Hey, guess what? We're going to fly millions of them. Come get us. Come get us. It is gorgeous. And I think Britain, UK, sorry, is hitting a tipping point. I think if the government of the UK doesn't listen to the people now and screws them, does dirty crap in the next elections, they've done dirty crap to silence the citizenry before. If they do dirty crap in the next election, I think UK is going to get frisky. And it's going to be patriots coming back. The patriots have been asking nicely. They've been yelling, and now I think nice is over. Nice is done. The British people, UK citizenry, sorry, keep asking, have been asking nice. I think asking nice is done. I think it's gorgeous. I think it's time to push back against the people in the government there. And it's happening in other countries. Our American media likes to act like only in America because of Trump is this happening. No, it's happening in UK, limited degree in France, even some in Germany, where they will also arrest you for a post in words. So we love it. Most Americans I know around are, God dang it, good job, go get it. We see a possible future where maybe Americans will, God, I hope it don't get that bad here, but if it does, maybe Americans will stand up too. I say go get them. 100%. Andrew! There's one right there. There's Andrew. Andrew was on that stream. Do you like Kamala? I don't know, I never met her. Do I like her politics or like her as a politician? No, she's horrendous. Do I know her as a person? No, but from what I see, I don't know if we'd get along. Okay, Jimmy is doing a dick wagging contest. Go, Jimmy. You don't know when my family got here, and you might be wrong. And like I said, my family actually has multiple counties and multiple states named after it, a couple of museums, and I'm in high school textbooks. So if you want to do dick wagging, let's do it. We're wagging guys named Dick, YouTube. That's what I'm talking about. Yes, Lee. Well, Lee, of course. Got to deflect, move along. All right, Jimmy, be careful. You can pick on me as much as you want. Watch the language with the other people in the chat. That's where I do have a problem. Yes, Lee, he does. And I say, watch out. And I don't care what side you're on, what beliefs you have. I don't care if you're a leftist, center. Always look and pay attention to the other beliefs around you. One, it makes you at least an effective arguer to know what it's arguing, what you can argue back. Also, you may find common sense. God, even Jimmy and I found a second of commonality. So yeah, always keep your eyes open. Don't let yourself fall in an echo chamber. All right. I'm an old Ronald Reagan conservative. Ronald Reagan wasn't a conservative. Ronald Reagan said good shit in speeches and did the opposite. Before Ronald Reagan, our government had never grown as much as it did under him. How's that conservative? He said, oh, big government, bad. The scariest words is the government saying, I'm here to help you. But he grew the government monstrously. Look it up. Ronald Reagan was not a true conservative. Zion. Technically, income tax, as it's instituted now, isn't legal. Work for pay wasn't considered income originally. I did not fully know that. I think I knew a little bit. Thank you. Yeah, now I got to look that up. Thanks. There are a lot of taxes that some states don't have, and they do fine. Just saying. So we didn't used to have a lot of the taxes we have now. We did fine. I think we need to scrap our whole tax code, everything else, and restart. Start from the beginning. One, it should be something that everybody can understand. Okay, not everybody. If your gerbil can't stay on the wheel, you probably won't understand no matter what. You'll be stuck on 2 + 2 = 5 math. They're saying Ronald Reagan was an actual conservative. Just saying. All right. Thanks, Lee. I'm sorry. Oh, thank you. Yes, I am kind of excited for the State of the Union tonight. I do, once again, I will call Trump where he does dumb stuff sometimes. I don't want too much of a rehash. I want to hear about all the crap going on. I want to hear him say new stuff. I'm not sure what time it is now. I might live stream it tonight. We'll see. There's a lot of people doing it. I don't know. Know if anybody needs me. Jimmy said something honest right there. Some states don't have property tax. I know. Some don't have anything but sales tax. They don't have income tax either. Some states. Yep. And then he goes right back into retard land. Dude, there are a lot of people. Okay. And I'll actually address this one. So Donald Trump's name is in the Epstein. Sorry. All I did was swipe a comment and it boom. All I did was swipe a comment and it went away. It pulled it up. God damn YouTube. If you're live streaming YouTube, you should not put notifications here to you from YouTube. You can't silence them. All I did was shut it, swipe it away, and it started. Okay, Jimmy, I'm way off on my chat now, guys. I don't know where I was anymore. God dang YouTube, you guys are idiots. Okay, Jimmy's a retard. I see that. He's stuck in Rhino Land from somebody that never said they were a Republican. So, okay. Let's see. Rupert is going to do an exclusive interview soon with the streamer Asmongold. Wow. If that's true, Anton, that'll be epic. Ronald Reagan was leftist. I didn't say he's a leftist Democrat. Boy, Jimmy just can't. I'm not going to touch that notification. I'll let it go off itself. My God. Boy, Jimmy, you just can't stop saying stupid shit. This is the problem with people stuck on too far left or right. As soon as you disagree a little, they label you and you're done. That's it. I never said Reagan was a leftist Democrat. Show me where I actually use those words. All I said is he wasn't a conservative. I said saying he's not a conservative does not equal leftist Democrat. And I know, guys, I've lost some of the chat. Sue me. I'm sorry. I will not swipe the notifications off. Restore Britain, 100%. Okay, so I'm going to try to catch up with you guys a little quicker. Rule Britannia, yes. This guy is definitely arrogant as hell. Okay. Says the guy who keeps calling a person who never said they're Republican a rhino, and as soon as I say Reagan wasn't a conservative, says, oh, he wasn't a leftist. I may be arrogant, but my God, it's a lot better than retarded. We are talking, you need a helmet. Rupert on Asmongold would be insane. Yeah, I am honest and I'm very passionate. But yes, honest. Andrew, you're right. I have gotten myself in trouble over the years. My wife knows. If you really don't want an answer from me, do not ask. I don't sugarcoat. I don't lie. I don't do any of that. I just can't. It seems very time-consuming to me. Jimmy's some fairy dust, and he's a fly like Peter Pan. A machine. If you think communism is an applicable form of government, look up Pol Pot and how that turned. Oh, dude. A machine. Communism never works. And, okay, how about this? On big scale. Small scale, little communist farms and stuff, a lot of those can work for a certain amount of time, but even those usually fall apart sooner or later. But on big scale, yeah, communism doesn't work. And let's call it what it is. Democrat socialists, they're not Democrat socialists, they're Democrat communists. They're straight up communists. They use the word socialist because there's less of a stink attached to socialism these days yet compared to what it was in, it was a less stink on socialism there is in the word communist. Sorry, I had a notification I had to hear there. Yeah, Jimmy, you're right. Jimmy he can't do it. He can't do it. He can't do it. Calls me a retard, but can't even see the stupidity of his comments at all. Grow the fuck up. Why? That is a term that is absolutely stupid. That is a dumb term. There's a difference. My wife had a good comment because people said some stuff about me in the past because I like some of my old childhood stuff. I like my Star Trek. I like some of my G.I. Joe stuff. I like certain things from my nostalgia. But I've also run businesses. I've kept myself alive way longer than anybody I knew with this health condition. I've busted my ass. There's a difference between, she said, childish and immature. One is a lot worse. The entertainment of this troll troop is abundant. Claudia Bassinger. Hello. Basinger? Let's not get into that. Kim Basinger was dang fine in her day. Let's see. How you doing, Claudia? I could ask Jimmy a simple question, but he can't answer it. How's it going, Claudia? Claudia loves Ronald Reagan. I don't. I think Ronald Reagan said a lot of amazing things. He had amazing speechwriters, and being an actor, the man knew how to talk. The problem is, if you look at his speeches, he did the opposite a lot of times. And he got us involved in the next 20, 30 years of war for the military machine. So people want to bitch about neocon now and always want to get us in wars. He got us in insane amounts of them. Anton, mother's friends immigrated here from Germany in the 1900s. From Canada, they needed 2K on them, so they weren't a drain on the economy. Yeah, that's the big problem. A lot of the immigrants, especially the illegal ones, come here. They don't bring much to the country. There's a reason most of the illegal immigrants, and even a lot of our legal ones anymore, are on our welfare systems. They're not coming here to actually put in the work, to do the stuff. And I think that's a problem. In fact, I'm, once again, somebody who wants to say I'm not conservative. I say you come here, immigrate here. I give you 5 years max. If you are on any of our welfare systems after 5 years, bye-bye. You're going back home. I don't think that's very government come save me. Seems pretty conservative. Bye-bye. Find them bootstraps. Andrew, lag? Uh-oh, it's lagging? Sorry. I'm running this live a long time. Jimmy says something stupid because I've never said that. Okay. So pretty much Jimmy's gone to the point where I say something and he says I said the opposite. Okay. Man, the chat just skipped, guys. Do anything possible to the Trump people trying to create a socialist country. Kind of rhetoric gets all divided. We have actual enemies abroad, and we do have enemies abroad, but we also have enemies very close to our borders. I think we should pay more attention to the enemies close to our borders. I'm not saying don't pay attention to China. China's the guy in the bar over there banging the machete on the end of the counter going, I'm going to nip the next guy with this thing that comes in next. I'm watching him. China's not trustworthy. But I don't give a rat's ass about Israel, Ukraine, a lot of the other countries in the world. I'm worried about people around us in our hemisphere. Taliban still operating in Afghanistan. It is. I wonder how that happened. Maybe because arming them with $96 billion in weaponry. Holy crap. Dude, if Donald Trump did that to any of our enemies, the Democrats wouldn't have to take power to impeach him. The Republicans would do it. He'd be impeached and already in Arlington, if you know what I mean. So, yeah. I know, Lee. It's what he's got. And Lee says something opposite again, which is funny because you can ask Jimmy anything you want, straight comment. And I've asked him many times. It's pretty much useless at this point. Where did I just espouse anything about, our $2,000 check? Show me. Show me. Show me where I wanted that. You can't. So Jimmy's gone off in retard land. He's a lefty, but he doesn't think he is. Because only lefties do that. He's pretty much a Sith at this point. Okay. Zion. I do agree that completely. Actually, people talk face to face. There's much less division. Yeah, 100%. Yes. But it's hard though. Here's the problem, Zion. When you have one side that wants to talk, and other sides do like Jimmy. And sorry, Jimmy, you're not a conservative. When you say I'm saying stuff I'm not, but you won't answer direct questions, that's a lefty. The problem is one side, center and right people, want to talk. What happens? You get Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk was talking. They killed him. They have attacked people. Who is out attacking people physically? You try to go talk to these people. There are tons of people that go into these leftist protests and just try to talk, and they get attacked and chased and beat up, stabbed, shot, you name it. So the problem, Zion, is one side wants to talk, the other side does not. There is a problem with that. So, nobody wants to fist fight over any of these words. Everybody wants to be famous for rage baiting on the internet. I don't rage bait. You can go look at many of my videos. This is me. If you met me in real life, I'm a very nice guy. I'm polite. I hold doors. But I'm very honest. And yes, I am a passionate person. And I will say it. And any minute now, you're going to hear a lot of dogs barking because my wife's coming home from work. All right. Somebody was saying something about gray hair and the chat jumped. Chat jumped. Crap. Yeah, well, Jimmy was back to the standard leftist hyperbole, gray hair, blah, 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 blah. Okay. We got to listen to Jimmy the parrot because he has somewhat something profound to say. Yeah. All right, so Jimmy, retard. Find your goddamn bear straps and stop begging Trump to save your ass. It's not a socialist country. Yet he can't answer a direct question and show me where I said that. In fact, I've already nailed on Donald Trump a bunch, but Jimmy is a lefty retard who is here to be a, lefty stooge. I'm not a member of your Trump cult. Okay. And Jimmy proves my point again. So I'm enjoying Jimmy because Jimmy is a leftist. Jimmy is far left. He come here to try to play games and, I like Reagan. Jimmy's a leftist because he's saying I said stuff when I said the opposite of those things. Jimmy won't answer questions where I said that I agreed with everything Trump's doing and I was not saying about money. So yeah, Jimmy is a lefty. But they try to do this now. Well, I liked George Bush, or I liked Nixon, or I liked Reagan. No, you didn't. Thanks, Biden. Yeah. All right. Yeah, Rad, I am. For about the last 147 minutes. 1 hour, 47 minutes. I'm probably going to be off here in a bit. Yeah, I'm behind on chat, all right. But come on, you guys. I'm not behind that much. See, I'm back. Yeah, I'm caught up. Come on, Andrew. Yeah, Rad knows I get behind on the chat. If there's people chatting, I'm going to talk to them. Preacher Jimmy. Preacher says, Orange Man bad. He demands we heed his words. Zion, I liked Clinton, but doesn't make me a Dem. No, it doesn't. And that's the problem. Too many people get put in a box. I voted for Trump. You're a Republican. No. I actually, ready? Oh, you ready for this one? I think Ronald Reagan was a horrendous president. Said a lot of good things, but horrendous president. I think that George Bush Jr. was a horrendous president. George Sr. was a decent president. They wanted another Reaganite and didn't get one. They got one more center. I actually think Bill Clinton, he did some horrible stuff, NAFTA. He did some horrible stuff as president. He was actually a decent president. Don't want to go into his personal life, but a decent president. He would work with the other side. I'm not a big fan of Newt Gingrich either. The two of them would work together. So yeah. So no, you're right, Zion. Just because you vote for a Clinton or you vote for a Trump don't let anybody put you in that box. I don't even like how in most of America, you got to sign up. You got to actually label yourself a Republican or a Democrat to vote. No. At this point, if I have to choose one, I'll put an R down because I can't put myself at retard level to put the D down. But no, don't let anybody, Zion, don't let anybody have to put you in a box. There's the dogs. So it's going to be noisy for a minute upstairs. Andrew, am I excited for tonight? Yes. How you doing, Rad? Rad is around the other side of the planet. So he's probably out enjoying a nice sunny day tomorrow right now. Yep, they're going. I am excited for tonight, but I really hope Donald Trump does not do too much of the I have done this, I've done this, which I know he's going to, but don't do too much of a history lesson. Talk about the stuff going on now. Talk about Mexico. Talk about tax stuff coming up. Talk about Iran. Yeah, talk about the Epstein thing a little. Don't ignore it. So yeah. So yeah, it's oh, even the cats are running upstairs. They're running out of my mommy's basement. Feels like they've been hyping up the golden age stuff before now. Yes. Trump has a chance of making this a golden age, but I don't know if he has the will to do it enough. I don't know. And I'm not sure. Honestly, it's a heavy lift. 4 years of Biden's handlers totally screwing us into a mud hole. It's a heavy lift for anybody. After Trump, I think Trump can only get us so far, even if he goes scorched earth epic. He can only go so far. We need a Rubio Vance for at least another 4 to 8 years after to fix it. I think so. The parrot stopped squawking. Yeah. Well, the problem is, yeah, Lee, of course, between you and me, you would ask him direct questions, and I asked him direct questions. And the shifted goalpost. Say I said something I didn't. Say you said something you didn't. That's the problem. And once again, like Zion said, we need to be able to talk to each other. And that is true. But how can we do that when somebody like that will say something, you give an honest answer, ask a direct question, and they come back with goalpost shifting, saying you said something you didn't, or won't answer a direct question. Or they'll shoot you, they'll stab you, or punch you. Kid in this school in Chicago didn't like that somebody said they supported ICE, just walks up and punches them. I'm going to hit you. The flip? That's the problem. It's hard to have a discussion. Mexico, 51st state. Adrian, I'd only say, okay, I think we've paid for Mexico 100 times over by now. I would say you tell Scheinbaum, get your crap fixed. Get our American citizens out. If one of them gets hurt, Mexico becomes the next United States territory. And I'm not joking. I would take it. We've paid for it enough anyway. It's time to get rid of a third world nation on our borders. And don't tell me it's not. Your people would be coming here ad nauseum and then having to send so much money back home if you weren't a third world nation. You are not, Africa, but you're not far off. You are a narco state. I think it should become a territory of the United States of America. And then in about 50 years, 100 years, 50 to 70 years, after we've made it better, split it into 3 and make it 3 states then. But don't just give them one state right away. They can't handle being an American state. I see that parrot stop squawking. Really drilling it home, and it's time to win, yeah. I don't know. I just hope Trump has more. Honestly, I want to see some substance to go along with some of his. We know he's going to tout how great some of the stuff he's done, when some of it is great and some of it's not. Oh, I'm sorry, Jimmy. Am I being a cultist there? I want the Crypto Clarity Act signed and delivered. That's when they go. Yeah, I'm not as into crypto as a lot of people, but I'm not gonna lie. I do have some. My wife and I have some. A little annoyed at the drop in Bitcoin lately, but if you got money to invest in crypto, now would be the time. Just saying. Just saying. Zion, yeah, that's a valid point. It's impossible to talk with a brick wall. Actually, you're safer talking to a brick wall, Zion, than you are to a leftist these days. The brick wall is not going to stab you, punch you, shoot you, run you over with a car, dox you, chase you to your home, or blow a whistle in your ear and then get mad when you punch them in the face because they're damaging your eardrums. The brick wall is safer to talk to, Zion. So, trust me, walk up to a brick wall, walk up to one of these far crazy leftists, see which one he comes out get more out of their conversation. Trying to converse with a leftical. Leftical. Ooh, that's one I haven't seen. Is as redundant as administering medicine to a corpse. Yeah. I don't know why that got hidden. Lee, I tried to. Actually, I hit show. We'll see if it got showed. It says the moderator took care of it. I talk about $ ZBCN. I don't know what that is, Andrew. You have to send me an email at lionsdenws6@gmail.com. Let me know. Really, tell me more. I don't know what that is. NFA. Okay. Yeah, you walk up to that brick wall and try to have a discussion. Yeah, you might. I'll bet the brick wall will give you better talking points. Brick wall will be more honest. Oh, I don't have Discord, Andrew. It's the one I don't have. I'm not on Discord. All my links, all my social media that I am on is in my description for all my videos. Well, maybe not this one. It's on my channel, all my links. But Lions NWS6, I'm on Instagram, which I don't use much. I'm in a few places, but I'm a lazy butt. I am looking into Kick and or Twitch. I haven't done anything on them yet, but I am looking into them. But yeah, so I don't know if I'm gonna stream for let's see, it's 5:25. Trump goes live in what, about 2.5, 3 hours? So yeah. Zion, no problem. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'll probably hop off here in a couple minutes. Well, I don't know. It says I've been on for 1 minute, 1 hour and 56 minutes, 1 minute. Jeez Louise. Welcome to my public school education. Thank you, Zion, very much. I appreciate it. Oh, thank you. I am kind of one of those people that just streams when I can and puts out little shorts, and I do my streams at my computer when I get a chance. I'm not as regular, but I try. I have a life besides this, so, you know. Oh, thanks, Lee. I appreciate it. Yes, hey, see, look at that. Lee barely knows me and can see that I espouse things of both sides. Boy, you want to see me get in an argument with some right-leaning people? Let's talk about abortion. I piss them both off. I piss off left and right with that one. Oof. But thank you very much, Lee. Appreciate it. Andrew. But yeah, and I will say this. I haven't seen any news last day or so over from the UK, but yeah, go. And I would depend on people like Andrew and my friend Sog, who actually I know his actual name. We actually talk on Facebook once in a while. And every once in a while we message. But yeah, I've known him a long time. But yeah, I depend on those guys to keep me updated too, because media lies. And thank God Elon Musk bought X, because that is very, very close to about as unfiltered as we get. So yeah. Roar. Yeah, my family actually is related to, well, our family, I think it's my dad's going to get mad at me. He's in genealogy. Farquharson Castle, which the royal family actually used as a summer home not too long ago, is over in Scotland. So yeah. So yeah, I still got connections over there. Wish my dad's health was good enough I could, get him over there, but he is old enough. He's not doing bad for an almost 87-year-old dude, but I don't think he can fly anymore. Don't think he can do it. That's why I got a problem with Jimmy. Jimmy started... Okay, I'm going to ask the chat. Those of you guys still here. Do you think that Jimmy was an actual, what he calls himself, a conservative? Or do you think he was a leftist? Everything he espoused, the way he acted, the way he would lie about what I said, not answer direct questions. Every time I would ask him or Lee would ask him direct questions and then say that one of us said something we didn't, that is leftist. And then acting like he idolized Reagan, but he wouldn't answer anything I said about Reagan. So what do you think? Well, let me know in the chat. Do you think, say, Jimmy conservative or Jimmy leftard? What do you think? I think he was a leftist playing a game. And I only gave him time because he said stuff that was so stupid. I mean, Lee was trying. Lee tried. Oh, nice to meet you, Andrew Lee. And Andrew L. It says, I'm a real one. Yeah, I'm a real something. When people say there's only one of you out there in the world, they're definitely one of me, thank God. So yeah, I'm waiting. Just want to see what you guys thought. Do you think do you think he was right or left? That's just me. Jimmy's a leftical master raising as a conservative. That's what I got. Or, I'm going to throw this out. Or Jimmy's delusional. Jimmy has somehow convinced himself he's not a lefty when he is. So that's just me. Sorry about the shaking. I am on my mobile, of course, here. Yeah, I personally think that Lee pretty much nailed it. Unless he's delusional, then it's time for the padded room, where a lot of them should be anyway. I am not sure, guys, if I'm going to live stream the State of the Union tonight. I might. If you see a notification, I am. If not, I would recommend checking out your whatever media you like. I don't care if it's left or right. Like if you watch on MSNBC, I know it's MS Now, whatever. I don't care if you want to watch on America's First, NBC, Timcast, Steven Crowder. Crowder's probably going to be doing it tonight. I'm not even a little drip of pee in the dang puddle. But yeah, so if you see notification, I will stream and talk about it, and I will be warned. As you can tell, my voice is burning right now, but I like to talk. So you may be going, shut the F up, I couldn't hear him. So, all right. Ooh, what's this? What's this? Ooh, temporary inappropriate messages. Well, I want to see it. Oh, okay. I don't know why that got, wow. Why did that get held? If you do, I'll pop by. All right. Thank you, Andrew. Thank you, Lee. Andrew Lee. Thank you very much. Thank you, Zion. Thank you. Hell, even thank you, Jimmy. Thank you for educating the rest of us. Jay Watterson, as always, came in with a flip-flop. He's ready. Stay safe, as he says. Yeah, stay safe, everybody. And if you don't like Trump, I recommend you watch a speech. At least try to see what the man says. And yeah, we'll see if he says anything good. We'll see if it's all BS or if he actually gives us something. I think he needs to. I think Trump must give us something real tonight. Anybody supporting Trump must have something real. All right, Rad. Have a good one down there, buddy. Enjoy the beach. You suck. Someone released info with a government contract for $1.6 billion for illegals in hotels in UK. Oh, that's just insane. It's insane. It is insane. I'm getting something huge. Hope so. All right, I'm getting attacked by a cat. Oh, where'd he go? Here he comes. I'm being jaxed. There you go, Jay Watterson. You got your daily dose of Jack's cat. He's telling me stop. Get up. All right, guys. Thank you very much. I will talk to you later. Have a good one. Appreciate your time. Even you, Jimmy. Thank you for spending some time. And I know in your own way you thought you were trying. But feel free to stop back when you want to actually answer questions. Direct ones. No goalposts. Yep, that is Jax. Jax. He's been on streams on multiple channels of mine. All right. Have a good one, guys. Talk to you later. Thank you very much. He is headbutting it because he is done with me talking. See you later. Appreciate it. Good God, he's going to push the phone over. Bye.